Hey everybody, this is Andrew from T is for Tech, and today I'm taking a look at another translator from the company called Vasco. Again, this is a company called Vasco Electronics. I did do a video of one of these electronic translators from the company a couple months back now, I believe. I'll link to that in the card above so you can take a look at it. This is a new translator. This is their M3 translator. And we're going to take a look at it today. The first thing I want to say is, depending on when you view this video, there is a pre-sale going on from Vasco that you can save some money. So depending on the country you're from, there's a discount of 20%. And you'll also get a free power box, which is worth, I think they said 50 euros or 49 euros. And Vasco is a company out of Poland, so they are out of Europe. And you get this. And I'll take a look at this really quick, and then we'll look at the rest of the translator. But it's a really nice case. You can use this to keep your translator. You can use this for traveling. Comes with micro USB. Comes with a power bank, so a Vasco power bank. I think this is 10,000 milliamp hour battery bank. 2 USB outs, micro USB in to charge it. Also comes with a car adapter, which is nice. And then you get a couple adapters. You get a UK and an EU adapter here. And then it also has a US plug on the wall charger as well. So that's a nice added bonus if you do decide to order this in the pre-sales window. Otherwise, you can still order this travel kit from Vasco as well from their website. So I will link to this in the description, but I just wanted to mention that as part of their release pre-sale, you can get this for free and you can save some money on the actual device. So I guess we'll just start with doing the unboxing here. Now, one thing to remember with these Vasco products, and it's the same as with the other one that I looked at, these do not require Wi-Fi. These do not require you to have an actual internet connection at all. It comes with a built-in SIM card, and you get worldwide free internet for life, right? So one of the big bonuses of getting something like this is that you can go travel anywhere in the world, and most likely there's tons of countries that are covered. You can just use this. You don't have to worry about finding a Wi-Fi hotspot or buying a SIM card, a local data card or anything like that, or trying to connect to your phone. You can just keep this with you and always be able to translate, talk to people, understand what people are saying to you, and navigate yourself through whatever country you're in where you don't speak the native language. So I think that's really cool. So we'll take this out. This looks a little bit more modern than the prior one. It looks a little more fancy, I guess. Nice soft touch material. This is the Arctic White. And you'll see here on the back, there's a speaker, there's a flash, and a camera. So one of the cool things is, we'll get to that in a little bit when I'm talking about the features, is this does have a built-in camera, so you can take pictures of signs, you can take pictures of menus, you can take pictures of things, and it will automatically translate that for you. So you're not just stuck with audio and translating people talking. You can actually take pictures and translate the pictures. And that's one of the new features, probably the coolest one, I think, if it works well, we'll see, is being able to do that, which is awesome. So we'll take a look at this in a second. I'll just put it aside. So you have a pretty big warranty booklet here, and you have a quick start guide. Basically talks, how do you turn it on? The power button's on the side. Select the menu language that you want to start with, your native language, some terms and conditions, a few settings, and that's it. And this is going to be very similar to the other one that I already did look at. So as I mentioned, super interesting. Super cool thing. Comes with a kind of a silicone rubber wrist strap, so you can connect that to it and always kind of have it on your wrist if you want. which is nice. It's a charging cable. This is a USB to USB-C. You get a charging brick. So you do have a charging brick. This is a European plug, which I don't have, but the power box that also came with this does have a US-based power wall charger with adapter plugs for the rest of the world. So again, this in and of itself would only be useful if I was traveling in Europe. And then you also do get a nice clear case. So nice protective skin so that you don't scratch it up or damage the device. So that's cool as well. So you get a case, you get a wrist strap, wall charger, and cable. So if we take a look at this, you'll see a couple things here. On the bottom, you have a USB-C connection. Looks like some microphone holes. You have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. So if you want to have headphones and use this, you can. On the side, you'll have some up-down buttons, maybe for volume. You have a SIM card slot there that's already preloaded with the SIM card for this. And then on the top, you also have a couple microphone holes there. On the other side, then you have a button for turning it on and navigating for the menu and stuff. So you hold that in, you can turn it on, get the Vasco logo there. And we'll just see how this boots up. So now this is running Android. As you can see, it says Android is starting. So you want to select your language. I'm going to select English. And this is how the menus are going to be in the application. So then you do get terms and conditions. So you have to kind of get past this. So I understand and accept. And then it basically gets into the initial home screen. And now the way that this does work is you pick a couple languages that you want to translate back and forth between. So right away it says English and then English UK. So I can go and switch that and say, maybe I'll switch it to Spanish. Spanish and Spain maybe. And I can say okay. So what that does then is assign the buttons, right? So the top button would be English, the bottom button would be Spanish, and that's how you operate the device. So if I'm going to talk, I hold this down and talk in English, and then it will translate it to Spanish. You can press the bottom one, speak in Spanish, it will translate it to English. Now, this does have some different features, right? So you can swipe down. You can turn on Wi-Fi. So if you do have access to Wi-Fi, you can join Wi-Fi, you can use it in that way. You see the battery percentage, you see the GSM cell signal. So right now it's got 4 bars of GSM signal, and I'm in my basement of my house, so that's, it's pretty good. It does have a flashlight as well, which is nice. So if you need a flashlight, it's got a flashlight. And that's basically it here. So again, when you swipe down, flashlight, battery, GSM, and Wi-Fi. You can also hit the little settings icon up there. So you can look at your history, so it keeps track of your conversations. So if you want to go back and replay them or look at anything, you can do that. It also has speech settings, which you can set the rate and that sort of thing if you want to go slower or faster. And then there's some other settings like I'm in China. So that setting allows you to use English voice recognition in China. And yeah, that's it basically on that side. So again, this is pretty simple to use. So if I wanted to do this, I'll just say something. The volume is up all the way. I'll just say something like, where's the bathroom? Yeah, so where's the bathroom? So I don't know if you heard that. I'll play it again. ¿Dónde está el baño? So when I said, where's the bathroom? You saw it pretty much real time, translated what I said into text, and then it gives you the result. And then if you just tap on that again, it'll repeat it. So then if I was here and I asked, or I said the same thing, ¿Dónde está el baño?
Where is the bathroom?
Then it will say, where's the bathroom in English? So you can kind of go back and forth like that, which is pretty neat. So then if you also go back to the kind of the main list, you can see, we'll just check. So if you look here, you'll see there's English, Afrikaans, Albanian, Arabic. And just kind of look here. There are, oops. There are quite a few languages, right? Pretty much, I think, covers you wherever you're going to go in the world. So, a lot of languages, all built in. And as I mentioned, it will work on GSM in over 200 countries, so you don't need Wi-Fi. Two-way instant translation. As you saw, you just start talking, it replies instantly, and you can kind of keep going back and forth. And in this list, there's 70 plus languages, and you don't require a smartphone. You don't need anything extra to make this work. You just need the device itself. And you know, with the number of languages and the number of countries that are covered with the GSM, I mean, you can basically connect with more than 90% of people in the world with this device. Standalone, all you need is just the device, make sure it's charged, and you can go anywhere, talk to anybody, and you know, kind of make your way around the world. And I think that's so really awesome. Hopefully when this lockdown is over with and I'm able to travel again, I'm definitely use this. I was in India last year. I had some issues there talking to people. This would have helped greatly because I had my phone with, and I thought I was going to be able to use my phone, but I had connection problems. I wasn't able to get data in some areas, different things like that. This should resolve all of it because it's an all-in-one device and you don't have to worry. Just looking at some of my notes that I took earlier on this, it does have in the high 90s translation accuracy. They used 6 different translation engines, and those are kind of decided on based on the language pairs that you pick. So depending on what you pick, it picks different translation engines to help get through that. Like I mentioned, you know, you can use this in the scenario where you're holding it in between you. The microphone is on this end, the microphone is on this end. Press the buttons back and forth, and it's really easy to use. The battery, I don't know the milliamp hours of the battery in this, but on their information, it says it will last up to 5 days before needing to be charged again. And because of the nature of this, it does do updates over the air because it always has connection. You can update that and make sure that you are always up to date with new firmware, software updates that Vasco is putting out. So you can lock the screen as well. Swipe to unlock. You can power it off. You can reboot it. So it really is kind of like a, you know, it's an Android kind of device. Another cool thing is once you do have a history of translations back and forth, you can share them, and you can share your whole history and send it to your email address. So you can type your email address in here and you can send yourself basically the log of the translations as you've done it, which is actually pretty cool. It's a good way to kind of get that. You can select the translations, the specific ones, or you can just do the whole history, which I think is cool. You can also clear the history here as well. Do that. So then once you're at this main screen again, you can hit this little icon on the top right. So that switches between the translator, which you're on here. You can do the photo translator. And I want to translate the photo to English. Say OK. For instance, if I had this sign and I wanted to translate it, I could take the picture and it translates it from Spanish to English saying, caution, gloves are required. I don't know if you could see that. Caution, required gloves. Caution. It's gloves are required basically, which is actually kind of cool. And then if I want to take another picture, this is a Russian sign. I'm assuming it has something to do with a bear. We'll take a picture of that. Oops. So I took the picture. And it also says caution. So caution the bears. So it takes a little longer, but I'm assuming it's uploading the picture to do the translation. But if I was somewhere and I saw that sign, I guess I would assume that it said something about bears. But basically, yeah, caution bears, the bears. So that's pretty cool. So that's the photo translator. And you could obviously change this to what language you want to translate the photo to. So if I did translate the photo to Albanian, and I took a picture of my T is for tech. So I took a picture of the T is for tech sign, upload that. And that's what it is in Albanian. Then you can go into device settings, and you can take a look at the Wi-Fi configuration, like I mentioned, the application language, and check for updates. There's no new updates, but you can check for updates. So this then also has the multi-talk application on it. So how this works is you can use it in groups, group discussions, right? So maybe it's not a one-on-one, and then you can basically create conversations or join conversations, and then talk to multiple people, which is actually kind of cool. And then there's the translate the call. So if you're in English and you have somebody on the call, and you're, talking to them, and they're, speaking, I don't know, French. You could basically put this by the phone, and then it can automatically do the detection and translate the calls for you, right? So if I talked into this, if I'm making the phone call, I'm talking, it's going to translate my voice to the phone, and then it's going to translate what's coming back to me. So you can use it. Yeah, so you can go through how that all works. And basically, you can tell the person that you're talking to. It will give some voice instruction to tell them, like, hey, what's going on, right? Like, I don't speak French, but I got a translator that can help me speak with you. So you can use that, right? I think that's a useful feature if you're using the phone, to be able to use this application kind of in this process of speaking to somebody, which is actually pretty cool. So that's the Transla call. Like I said, the multi-talk, similar concept, but not over a phone call. And then the photo translator and the translator. So that's basically all the features that come on this. And I honestly think it's pretty cool. Now, if you look on the website, there's a couple different colors. As I mentioned, I think there's 6. I didn't mention, but I think there's 6 colors. This is the Arctic white. I think there's a mint green color, like a rose color, a black color, a blue color, and a green color. So you can kind of take your pick on what you like from just like a look perspective. But again, overall, pretty compact device. Noise reduction on the microphones. Ability to kind of turn it up loud. So if you're in a crowded area, you shouldn't have any issues with the other person being able to hear you or hear the translation coming out of this. And as I mentioned earlier, this is kind of like a soft touch material. It looks fairly easy to clean, so I don't think it would get too dirty. And then if you do use the clear protector on it, that should keep it a little bit even more protected from getting dirty and all of that, or scratched up. And as you can see, that fits pretty nicely on the translator and doesn't really cover up any buttons or anything like that that need to be accessible. So yeah, definitely think this is a pretty cool device. Like I said, the best feature about this, I think, really, aside from the capability, is that you don't have to worry about paying for it at all, right? It's a one-time purchase. You buy the device, use it for life, don't have to worry about it. I'm sure that there's some limitation on how long you can have it if you don't use it. I think I read somewhere, like if you don't use it or it's not active for a certain period of years or something like that, they might disable the SIM card. But I'm assuming if that did happen, you can call them up or contact support and they'll reactivate it. So if you weren't traveling for a long time and something happened, I'm assuming that they would fix that. But overall, compact device. If you're a world traveler, this might come in super handy. I'm going to link to this in the description of the video so you can find out more information, potentially pre-order it. If you have any questions, go ahead and post those below. This is Andrew from T is for Tech. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.